everyone, it's Desiree, and I am here. You know, it's funny. I believe this is day 7. Yes. See, doing all the videos that I can, and I don't know, I'm going to forget one of these days, but I believe this is day 7. So, who is coming out for day 7? I am going to feature Simon Says stamp, because I just fell in love with this candy cane background. This is new. This is from their recent holiday release. It is, of course, called Candy Cane Background. And there's so many things you can do with a background like this. So, of course, it can be your background. It can be a prominent background. It could be a background that's settled back into, you know, just the background of things. So there's a lot of different things that you can do with these. You can, I'm going to kind of do something with a lot of colors with reds and greens, but think about if you just did, you know, some of your reds and then some of them were black and white. So kind of like a monochrome type thing. So again, there's lots of different ways to use a background stamp. So what I'm going to do, now this one could get a little bit long because yes, I'm going to keep the coloring in, which makes usually people happy. But again, I'm going to use my alcohol markers. Now, some of you who have seen my previous videos know that alcohol markers aren't really the first thing that I reach for. My medium of choice is colored pencils. I almost forgot what it was. Yeah. I've just always gravitated to them. And it goes back since I was a little kid. So, long time. But I do want to keep trying with the alcohol markers. I like to keep trying new things. I don't like to give up, so to speak. What I have found, the Copics are great. They're wonderful. They're awesome. But I also look at Copics that they're not my, since I'm not an alcohol marker colorist like some, I just won't make that investment. And it is an investment. You know, everything that we do in this craft is an investment. So the ones that I really like, that I've gravitated to, are the Altenews. These are actually my favorite when it comes to, and I guess I'll say, you know, like a higher end. These are tied with my Prismacolors. Because I do still like the Prismacolors as well because of the brush nib. So, but again, these are a little bit higher in price, but later on I'll have another video, so got to keep going here. So these are the alcohol markers that I'm going to use. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put, I'm going to use my black Memento. That's usually the ink that I use when I am... Oh, what is going on with my ink pad? Oh, isn't this awesome? Okay, let's see. What's going on there? It's almost like it's dripping. Could be because I'm beating the heck out of it too. So, because I do, so now I'm going to gently tap. I'm going to make sure this is down. And I'm going to press firmly. Now, I'm going to do another layer because, okay, I couldn't make that happen even if I tried. Okay, there's going to be another layer because I want to heat emboss. And if you hear my cat in the background, I am so sorry. He just feels the need to drive me crazy right now. And he's doing a great job. But he's precious. Now, I'm not going to move this, but I am going to pull this out because I'm going to revisit that. Okay. I put my lid on my ink. And now I'm going to grab a scratch pad because we should always have paper underneath. Okay. So I'm just going to do a 2-color blend. Nothing crazy here. And I think what I'll zoom in so that you all can giggle at how I color. And I'll just make sure that I'm in the focus, the screen. Okay, so for these with the, yeah, there I go. For these, wow, with the thin stripe, I'm going to use green stripes, and then these larger ones, that's where I'm going to pull in the red. Now this will be cut down, so, you know, don't worry. But what I do, if I can open them, since I'm only doing a 2-color blend, I'm going to come in with my light color. And I'm going to come in on each side, flicking with the darker color. And then I'll come back in with the lighter to blend it out. That's all that I'm going to do. So again, nothing too fancy. As I said, I'm still practicing with my alcohol markers. I will say I like using them more for florals than I do for, you know, like animal critters and stuff like that. But I keep practicing. It's what we have to do. There's so much that's out in our industry for things that we can try. But what I also do like as well with our industry, I hope I can color and talk at the same time. This is really going to teach a lot here. Wow. Hey, one done. Yay. Okay, so I'm going to do all the greens. One thing, because I was saying, one thing I do like about the industry is there is a lot that we can try, and we have choices. So that's something that's nice. And what I mean by choices is we have alternatives. So don't get me wrong, I love I do like watercoloring. Now, I am not a watercolorist, but I do enjoy it. Are the Daniel Smiths wonderful? Absolutely they are. But, you know, they're at a higher price point. Doesn't mean I'm going to stop. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to watercolor. It just means I'll find another means. And there's other watercolor sets out there. There's other companies that make, whether you want a student grade or an artist grade, you know, whichever level you're looking for, they are available. And you can make those choices. So that's what's really cool. I'm just going to guess at that. That's what's really cool when it comes to this craft. There's so many different inks out there. There's so many different companies that we can make those choices. So, you know, that's the beauty of it. Just because, you know, one person is using it doesn't mean that you have to. 9 out of 10, you've built up a stash. So I really do encourage, like, let's say you may not have this exact background stamp. Okay, that's fine. Maybe you've got another background stamp. Maybe you've got a stamp that's like this. It's not a background, but you can make it a background. Maybe you have a die that would do this as well. So those are the things that you can look at, and we can choose. We can make those decisions, which that's what I really love. This craft and this industry is for all levels. In my opinion, though, as I keep turning that all over the place, my opinion, though, and you guys have heard me say this before if you've seen any of my previous videos, we all create art. It's all beautiful. Yes, we will drop an ink pad, or we will slip when we're stamping something. It doesn't mean that it is ruined. It doesn't mean that we have to start over. It just means we get even more creative to hide it. You know, you shouldn't, and you look, I used to do this as well. Shouldn't compare yourself to others. Each individual is unique. We create in different ways. We have different likes. We have different dislikes. But again, that doesn't mean that we can't create with the same materials. So notice what I said there. With the same materials. If I make something and somebody else chooses to make it the same exact way, they're going to still look different. And that's what's great. Okay, I'm checking to see if I'm in camera view here. So, just saying, if you like a Gabby video, oh yeah, this is it. This is definitely it. Yeah, so I've got to try to remember to keep saying, well, I'll make sure that I keep saying what day it is. There was one that I was filming. I think it was day 3. I even forget what I was filming, to be honest. But I lost all the footage. So, yeah. So, what I always do when I create this series... Yes, I'm changing subjects. I always have backups. Backup videos in the waiting, in case something should go wrong, in case something's not working correctly. I always have this backup, or these backup videos that I can real quick push out, because I don't want to not be able to publish one. Hopefully we won't have the marathon that we did last year. Oh my goodness. That still amazed me. But you know what? Cut through it. So you can see I'm just, again, 2 color blends. You can still get a beautiful blend when you do 2 colors. So for this, I'm just filling in the lines. Sometimes using just a couple strokes. And then on each side, I'm just coming in with my darker color, just flicking towards the center. Now you'll see too that I am turning this piece a lot because I do find it's easier to flick away from me instead of towards me. So I am constantly turning this piece so that I can do that. And then once I've done that, I'm going to come in and go over with my lighter color to help those blends. By putting down a layer of my light color first, oh, the last green one, it's just saturating the paper. And again, I'll link to other people that so know more about alcohol markers than I do. This is, it's just not my comfort zone, but we try, we give it a shot. I find that I am better using just two colors than I am when I get into more colors, to be honest. When it comes to the blends. It's probably why I really enjoyed the Stampin' Up! Markers. They made it easy. Dark light. There you go. Worked. Okay, so those are the greens so far. Again, not completely smooth blends, but you know what? It works for me. And now I'm going to start my reds. Now with my reds, on some of them I'll start here, and on some of them I will start there. So same thing. I'm going to come in with my light shade. And then I'm going to come in with the darker. And again, we're going to do that flicking motion. So lots of turning on these because the areas are bigger. And then I'll come in with my lighter shade just to blend that out. And that's what we'll be doing on those. So now we get to fill all of these in. I will say that when it comes to, or what I have found with alcohol markers, yeah, I'm just going to let that go, that they are, it is a quick medium for coloring. And what I mean by that is it's quicker than colored pencils. Colored pencils, in my opinion, for coloring can take 2 to 3 times longer coloring with an alcohol marker. Okay, and I'll come in on this one, and probably what I'll do is after I'm done coloring this one, I will either speed this up so that you can just watch it and I'll gab through it, or I'll just skip it, and then when I come back I will have it done and show you how I'm going to put the card together. And you're all probably like, no, don't do that. So you can see I'm more comfortable going away and dragging it when it comes to flicking. But I do like, I am very comfortable with the flicking motion. And now I will come in with my lighter color, just blending that middle area out. I won't go in over the whole piece. I used to do that, and then I couldn't understand why I got this cloud that came through my piece. Courtney, God bless her. She, I think she's trying to get me to somewhat like alcohol markers. So she keeps saying, well, no, do this. No, 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 you need to do this. So this is a colorless blender. I'm going to just try to push this red in. That's what I use my colorless blender for, to push the color back where it needs to go. And honestly, it does work. So I'm just going to do this one as well. And then once that dries, I'll try it again, and then I should be able to get that at least somewhat. So that's what those are going to look like. All right, and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm coming down to the wire, and this took about everything else. So as long as what I was on doing the green. So all of this red, I'm thinking took about another 30 minutes to do. So I mean, it's not too bad. If I did this in, honestly, in colored pencil, it would have been so much longer. Because it does. It just takes, it does take more time. Because your paper's getting saturated. And again, this is just my opinion. I know I keep saying that, but you know, again, everybody looks at things very differently. I guess I should zoom back in for you. You know, we all can look at things differently and how they work. So the things that I'll work through, such as the alcohol markers, it's just something that I guess I could say I rationale through. Okay, so I'm gonna get my caps on. All right, so cute. We could just keep it like that and, you know, create our background, go on to the next project. But I'm going to do something a little different here. So now I've got to figure out how this stamp is sitting in this. Okay. So I'm going to put this in here. And I'm going to make sure it's all the way down in the corner. And I'm going to come in with my Stampin' Buddy. And I'm going to just pound so all the powder can come out. Okay. Yep. Then I am going to come in with my Versamark. And I am going to stamp over this black. Because the embossing powder that I'm going to use is my liquid platinum. Okay, make sure I'm down in the corner. I'm gonna press down. I'm gonna hope that I get the same great impression that I did before. Keep your fingers crossed. Here's the liquid platinum. Why am I talking this way? All right. So let's see. You know, it's really weird. All right, so I just went right outside that pot. I am not seeing okay, so here we go. I'm going to heat this up and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back and I remember to zoom out instead of zooming in. But you can see we've got some great thin lines. Didn't want the black there, but rather the softness of the metallic. So I do like the way that turned out actually. So let me clean this up and I'll be able to get this out of my way. Okay. So we need to now, we're going to cut this down. Now what I'm also going to do is I need to get some mirror cardstock. And I've got my pieces. The card bases that I'm using, I used them on another card. I think it was day 3. I got these from Michael's. They're really nice, very thick. Now they do curl and all of that, but I really do like the size of these. Now I just need to find something here. Okay, as you know, there's always something, guys. Always something that I forget. Yes. There we go. All right, now I want to match. There it is. So I'm going to pull a sheet of my mirror cardstock from the Metallic Confections, which is the lighter shades. I just call them the lights of the Tim Holtz mirror cardstock. So a couple things. I am going to cut this down to be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then I'm also going to use a die. Now this is the Hero Arts postage nested die. I'm going to use that as well through my die cutter, which is my platinum. So I have that die cut as well. So it's kind of the same setup that I did with the other card. I think it was day 3. I don't know. Again, I'm just going to cut this center out because I really like to hoard my mirror cardstock. And so many of you have said, cut the center out. You can get more use. I'm listening now. Yes. Okay, save. Okay. So that's actually going to sit in there. And then this, I think I want to use a green. Again, when I do so much for this, you know, again, that other card just had the sentiment down because I really don't want to cover everything that I've done here. You do a lot of work. Think about it. Alright, so here's a scratch. I'm going to use my Desiree K Jelly Bean Green. Yes, I broke down because they were colorful. I had to have them because of the colors. They are the same thing as the makeup brushes. But I get to support one of the many awesome companies that we have in our industry. And that, to me, is very important. And again, just like I said in the beginning, it's why I do this. My way to say thank you. Keep them coming, pretty much. Alright, so we're going to prop this up using some foam squares. And then we are going to put this on the red rectangle. And pray we get it straight. Oh yeah, it's good. And then we're going to glue that down. Onto our postage stamp. And we're going to let that take a hold. So we need to cut this down. And I think since I already have this edge going right up, I think I'm going to come over on this side and I'm going to take this to 4. Because you know I'm saving that, right? I'm just saying. And then I need to get this to 5 1/4. So I think I'm going to do that. And then I think I'm going to go there. Yes! And I think I'm going to do, actually I'm going to put this straight down onto the frame. And then I think I'm going to prop all of this up. So I'm going to grab my double-sided foam tape. And get this going on the back. Now, usually for the backs, I do use fun foam. I know you've seen me in previous videos use that, but I'm out. Yeah. So, just using up my double-sided tape. Again, trying to use everything here that's in my room without going out. It's tough. I'm going to say it's tough to not go out and just say, okay, I need foam. But you know what? I've got some of this double-sided tape. I don't know if I'm going to be reordering it, so why not use it up? And I can get the same effect that I do using my fun foam. So that's the other goal here. I'm keeping my box of scraps next to me. I don't know which way I want to go. I want to go this way. Because I'm digging into my scraps first before anything else. And look, it looks like a picture frame. Cute, right? Yeah, I think so. Alright, so I'm going to put a small square down in this section here. Gonna get my glue going, and then I'm gonna put this right here. So again, it's like that one where I think it was the one I did the foiling without the laminator. Very similar construction, but when you do this much work on that background, why hide it? Now, as always, I am a fan of the, what do you call it? Sassy. Yeah, sassy. I'm doing the wiggle. Sentiments. And Hero Arts has the best collection. Although scrapbook.com's got some good ones too. So this is the one that came out, or that I saw last year. So, you know, my favorite are basically all of them. Because they do fit my family oh so much. So, you know, hope you like the gift you asked me to buy you. Yes. I don't have any gifts for you because you have me. How true is that? My favorite, oh my God, are the holidays over yet? Oh, how many times have we all said that? But this one I had found, and I'm not quite sure when this one came out. Okay, it looks like it came out this year. My favorite, I'm watching your reaction, no pressure. So that just killed me, and yeah, that one's going in there, in the inside. But there are some great ones here. It was more expensive than it looks. Don't ask how long it took to make this. Made with love and some tears of frustration, but mostly love. Even the naughty deserves something nice. It was either this or socks. So that's, and then my favorite, this is all you get when you stop believing in Santa. We must believe. We still believe. There's a lot of magic. All the magic. Even if you don't celebrate Christmas, just the magic itself. That's what's important. So that is our card for day 7. Again, I featured Simon Says and one of their background stamps that I just think is absolutely cute and you can do so much with. As always, all the products that I used will be linked down below in the video description. If you have any questions or comments, please make sure you leave those down below as well, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you so much for just stopping by once again. And if you make it through 25 days of this Christmas series, wow, thank you so much. But I'd love for you to subscribe if you haven't already, so make sure you click that button, make sure you ring the bell, and of course the thumbs up. If you ring the bell, then you'll be notified when the next video is ready for you to watch. I hope everyone is having a great day, but also remember, while you're enjoying your day, always remember, be creative. Till next time, bye.